Welcome to
Milking.
It.
My name is Brian.
I'm Sebastian.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Arthur.
He's real ready. He was real ready today. He's like,
Yeah.
he's not gonna hit me. He's like, he's not gonna hit me today.
I gotta say it fast.
Oh!
Where's
where's mine?
yours?
Attack!
Where's mine?
Where's yours?
Back there, I think.
Oh.
Get it. Oh.
I missed. We're
We
back.
got comfortable today.
The second episode of the anniversary weekend.
What?
Look,
This is
guys.
part 2?
How about we ask them for a name?
Oh.
Yeah. Guess what this person's name is.
You're not gonna know until like 2 months. Right?
By that time,
Something like that.
By that time, I'll already have another
already
name.
Yeah.
Well, technically, he already has a name. But
Oh, he does?
So we don't need your opinion.
He.
Oh.
Guess his name.
Guess his name.
Whoever guesses his name gets bragging rights.
You get nothing.
They'll never guess his name. Well, that's a hint. His name. Or is that a red herring?
Well, technically, his name is gender neutral. So
Yeah.
that doesn't really help.
So whatever he feels like. honestly.
And extra
We don't really
extra
know.
lore. He's
Extra.
probably in his 80s and he's in the Korean War and
That's why he doesn't have a mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in a POW camp. They sewed his mouth shut and he can photosynthesize.
Not the pink thing's not his mouth?
That's his nose.
Why you thought that was his mouth, bro?
They could have been.
No.
His mouth
She
is
just-
ripping
she just
teeth.
like, ah. It doesn't look like a mouth.
You can imagine it though.
No, you can't.
I got markers. We can draw him a mouth.
No,
don't
no,
want to.
no, no.
Like the snake from.
It's from Rango.
No, his mouth. Oh,
Rango.
and he's agnostic, leaning
Shooting
Shoot.
towards atheist, yeah.
leaning atheist,
So we have to pray for him.
and he likes to dance a lot, but like very suggestively.
Seductively.
Put it away. Put calm down. You need Jesus. Maybe that'll be a running. Maybe that'll be a running joke.
Wait, you already just said his name.
Laura, bleep it out.
Oh yeah, bleep it out, bleep it out.
So
I was about to say, I was like, we just said guess their name with it.
I said his name.
They're all gonna get it right.
They'll never know. They'll never know.
They'll never get to this point of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
They're already gone.
It's just the moose and the ground.
They're already gone. They watch the moose, they like it, and they leave. That's all they do.
They don't like it.
No, they don't like it.
I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but they don't like it.
There we go.
They just get to the initial moo and then it just takes too long.
Yeah, it's like they're not
right.
getting into.
They're like, dang, Arturo's not getting it.
I'm not- Guys, I'm not as I don't physically do anything.
I don't.
And my voice this week has been pretty low.
Oh.
Mufasa.
Whoa, he's dead. Rest in peace.
Sorry. That's like motor voice.
Motor mouth.
No, it's like the Stephen Hawking voice.
Brian.
Like the robot voice.
That's not Stephen Hawking's.
No, the
Oh,
one
this
is
is-
it. I'll show you after.
Okay.
What is it then?
Put something over this.
Okay. Are we supposed to laugh after that, or
No.
Brian,
Oh, do you want to? Do you want to? Okay, ready? Ready?
or should we like
Just be like, oh wow.
something deep? Something
Yeah,
deep.
ready?
Okay.
Ready?
Wow.
So good.
That
Write that down.
I felt seen.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Someone.
That
I
was
just
good.
realized, what's her name? Daisy has relatives now.
Wait, that you named it Daisy?
No, remember Daisy
The
from
hat?
like the
From what?
from
Like
like the
the-
sixth
like
episode, the fifth or sixth
Oh,
episode.
Daisy.
How
Oh,
come-
she has family
Yeah,
now.
she has family now.
What about Brienne? We have to bring her back.
She's right over
Yeah,
there.
she's right there.
She's been watching this entire
She's never
time.
left.
She's
Yeah.
been our day one audience. Oh wait,
No.
Not day one. It's been since the women's conference.
Yeah, after the women's conference.
Oh, so after
It was
Star
like,
Wars Day.
yeah, after May
Yeah.
the 4th.
Yeah.
But she's faithful, though. You know what I mean?
She's never gone.
Mm.
She stayed in the exact
Always
spot.
on time, too.
Yeah, not like you
Bro,
guys.
she's
Gets here
24/7.
early, leaves late.
24/7.
If there's somebody that needs to get paid more, it's Brienne.
Oh, my
Wait.
gosh, that hurt really
I
bad.
squished.
Wait, we
No,
gotta
we
bleep
said
that
his
out.
name. We said his name. Bleep it out
I
again.
thought we had already just said it already.
No, every time we say it, we bleep it.
We bleep it?
Hey, bro.
Oh, okay, my bad. My
Hey,
bad.
that's part of the extra, the 20% you get.
Yeah.
Right?
The
Also-
editing. The
Also, my
editing.
feet showed during one part of the video, and he has to blur that out too.
Yeah.
How do you make it stay? There we go.
Boom, 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 boom.
Somebody just walked by, bro.
In the first box, we got this one.
Are they all the same?
I want to see if they're all the same size. In this first
Told us
box,
what it was.
I know.
Oh, he did tell us what it was?
guess what it is in the comments.
You can look at it through the color, Brian. You don't have to think too much about it. Now, do you want us to guess the brand? Since we already know the flavor.
You must smell it.
Yeah, guess everything. Like what percentage, what
Oh,
brand.
okay.
Is it homogenized or pasteurized, raw?
Nah, raw chocolate.
Guess the degree of temperature.
That's cooler than yesterday's.
Colder?
2%.
I was going to say like 2%. It's on.
That's
No.
full?
No.
One?
Yeah.
What? Dang the.
Yeah, it's
It's
water.
'cause- no, it's because I think the chocolate just makes it a little
No,
thicker.
but the
It's-
texture of it.
Like the flavor is a little.
Like regular? Just like regular?
No.
It's very thin.
Homogenized?
Yeah, it's like thin.
Homogenized?
I don't know actually.
He's never
I
had
just
it.
know it's 1% and I know the
Go
brand.
get the bottle. And then
Oh.
they quiz us.
Well, you guys have to close your eyes then.
My eyes are closed. Is it homogenized?
Brian, I would be really concerned if you fart like that.
It is homogenized.
Knew it. If it was chocolate milk, it had to be homogenized. Put it back so I can open my eyes.
What does homogenized mean? Like
Boiled.
okay.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me guess what flavor it is.
Guess what flavor?
Strawberry.
Chocolate.
It's strawberry, 100%.
What vitamins does it got? This one should be easy.
Calcium.
Sure. Yeah.
15%.
I didn't know that. I didn't get the numbers.
There.
Vitamin B.
No.
No.
Well, maybe.
Vitamin A.
Yeah. Most milk has vitamin A.
A, B, C,
Magnesium?
Not Truma, right? Not Truma.
No.
G.
Does
Iron.
it taste like Truma?
No.
What does it taste
Isn't it
like?
like that one that's like white and has like brown spots on it?
What's that one?
That's not that one.
Wait, the
They-
bottle doesn't have like brown spots on it?
It's like brown splashes.
Yeah.
She looked at it.
You looked at it?
She went like she did
Wait,
this.
but which one has brown spots?
Dang.
She looked at it. She looked at it.
I actually didn't look at it,
Yeah,
guys.
right.
Is it like a store
Yeah.
brand?
Yeah.
Kroger?
Great
Okay.
value.
Thumb
Walmart?
thumb?
Thumb thumb?
Is it Sam?
Sam's?
No.
It's
No?
not. It's Costco.
I don't even know if we
Costco?
sell chocolate milk.
Doesn't know he works there, bro.
Sam, you work
Fire
here.
him.
And he just got a full-time position and he doesn't know. Fiesta?
Now they know you work at Sam's. They're gonna pull up and be like,
They're gonna ask you for
They don't
the
know
shoe.
which Sam's though.
they know
don't
we live in.
No.
Do they?
We
Do you
said
guys
our
know?
church.
He works
We
by
said
the
our- you
one.
said our
Oh,
church.
well, there's like
But there's a bunch.
3 locations and they
No,
don't know
he
what
said-
hours I work.
They just stayed there the whole day. The whole day.
Bro, there's people who are like that. Like there's regulars who just like shop all day. I'm like, get out of here.
They spent all day at Sam's.
Yeah. Or at least all of my shift.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's sad. That means that they don't have.
Maybe it's
anything
like a
to
Then
do
you have a
with
really
that
short
morning.
shift then.
Hmm?
Then you have a really short shift.
No. Oh, I guess not anymore. Anyway,
He's making the big bucks now.
still haven't guessed it. Or rated it.
It's all right.
I guess 2 nail clippers out of 13 graduation caps.
I rated 3 dog teeth out of 7 fire logs.
Okay.
I rated 6 squeezes out of 17 udders.
Mm.
Okay.
So it's not it.
Dang, so it's
There's
a
a
store.
little-
It's a store.
There's a little funk to it at the end.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's a little funk.
There's not.
It's ultra pasteurized, which I don't think I'm a fan of.
There's a little funk at the end of it. But
It's a store. Sprouts?
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Show the bottle then. Show the bottle. Sponsors, Sprouts.
I actually have been to Sprouts recently.
What?
Whoa.
Mm.
Smooth chocolatey goodness.
Let me see the calories on it. Let me see the nutrition facts.
These are start counting macros.
Bro, what is that for?
Huh?
What was that for?
Snapped?
Yeah.
Actually, Josh, you can't snap.
No, I'm thinking that was so disrespectful. There's no reason to do that.
That's when I was when you know how to snap.
Has your mom ever done that? Like she's like,
My
No.
mom doesn't really
get to
snap.
it. Get to it.
No.
20%
Is it
calcium. That's good. That's good
She's-
calcium.
She's just like, honey.
Skim milk. Oh, I have skim milk and milk.
So you get 1%. My brother, last episode, my brother mid episode sent me a text of 0% milk. And I was like, so how is it existing?
That's 0% milk fat, you mean?
Yeah.
It's just
But it
water.
says 0%. I was like,
It's just straight up water.
it doesn't exist.
Because from what I get, milk is just fat and water, right? And then some stuff that makes it combine.
Yeah.
That homogenizes it.
That's how you keep the young alive.
What?
Fat, water, and some other nutrients.
Fat.
Lately,
Flexible.
I've only been
Accountable,
drinking
teachable.
almond juice.
You dropped
He
it.
just spilled it.
You did?
No.
Oh.
I tied it good.
Lately, I've only been drinking almond juice.
Almond juice?
Yeah.
Me
Ew.
too, bro.
Disappointment.
It's really good. So in a smoothie, and I'll put yogurt. That's like actual milk.
Yeah. I the only things I can't eat almond juice with is like cereal. Like
Turn
that's
your
just
thing
super
around.
disgusting.
Yeah, we got straight booty over here.
Are you still haven't taken the tag off of it?
None of us have.
Why?
Oh, gauntlet, bro. Gauntlet. Infinity gauntlet. For the pod.
Because you didn't take the thing off.
Why does it have this?
So that way it doesn't stick to other things?
Yeah, so like if you're sleeping with it like
It's not
that, it
scratching your
doesn't
face?
stick to anything. Bruh.
Say a Thanos line.
You'll still need to take your tags off of it.
I'll be
Yeah,
back.
Thanos line.
Well, I
none
thought
of-
cows are normally supposed. They
Yeah,
have
don't
tags
they,
of their
aren't they
own.
tagged, bro?
Yeah, they're the ears.
We gotta
Yeah.
take this thing off. That's what we gotta take.
That's
off.
annoying right there.
The booty tag.
Bruh.
Hey, why is my cow skinnier than yours?
Oh, because yours was bought recently and it was still in its bag where it's like the air
Mine's
was taken out of
fresh.
it.
Minty fresh.
Well, theirs was bought like probably like a couple days before. Not that much fresh. Theirs just had more time to fluff up than yours.
Mm.
So Artie, we've been meandering. You said you prepared this morning.
I did. I did.
It'll be nice and raw like some raw milk, some kefir. Is that raw? It's raw, right?
That's like
Some raw honey.
fermented, no?
That's
Ish.
it's like kind of fermented because it has like
Raw like sushi. Raw like give me something else.
Salmon.
Salmon. Raw like
Dogs.
okay.
raw dog.
Wow. Okay, you ready? ready?
Raw dogs.
Yeah.
You ready?
There's no shoes, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Or is it, are y'all like eating dogs?
No.
Y'all eating dogs?
No, I'm not eating dog.
But if you go to China and they give you dog, would you eat it?
I would.
Yeah.
I'll eat it.
I would.
Like it'd be rude.
Would
to
you
say,
be able
like,
to look at your dog ever again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
But
don't
it'd be
have, I don't have
rude to
one.
say no. Like if it's something like they
Mm-hmm.
like is a prized
I
dish.
feel like cat. Or which one's better?
I don't know, bro.
Cat or dog?
I think dog would be better.
Kiki
so?
meow.
But I'll still try cat.
Because I think cats are more. Actually, yeah, you're right. I think dog's better. But there's only one way to find out.
Anybody in China?
Sorry, guys. We're
Or if they're just
Invite us.
Farming
Sorry, guys.
animals.
No, I mean in China they do have a specific breed that they breed to eat.
Mm.
Yeah. It's not like
All right, but ready. Come on. We're ready. We're
oh,
ready.
my bad.
You're the one who knows.
Okay. So today's topic, I worked on it so long. It was weeks and weeks of.
I mean, he was telling me about
Last
it.
night?
He was lots of sleepless nights.
Yeah,
Like,
lots of sleepless nights.
like he would just stay up in his bed and just look at the ceiling, like,
And everything just be pitch black. But then I was inspired.
but in the darkness he found something.
Mm.
Hope.
That was such an amazing. Something.
No, I came up with this today.
Okay.
Well, I didn't come up with it today. It's already a thing that we should kind of already be doing, but I was like, let's talk about it. But first things first, I want to start with the story,
Okay.
personal story.
This is about to get real. Let me hug
Yeah.
this. Let me hug
Um,
this. Let me hug this.
Personal story.
Let it get real. Get ready. Get ready.
Fair
guys.
warning, I will try to hold back the emotions because I
Get
did
ready.
cry when I was writing it down.
I'll close my eyes too, so you
Okay,
can.
okay.
So you
Can we
can.
close our eyes?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
you
closing my
don't
eyes.
have to close your eyes.
I'm closing my eyes for you, bro. So
You don't have to.
Feel free to have.
That's gonna make me feel even more awkward.
Feel free to have the
Fine,
facial
whatever.
expression you
Do
want.
whatever you want. Do what you will. Okay. So, I want to talk about a time where, I had this friend. We're no longer friends. We were like brothers. We would hang out, do a lot of things together, talk about life and all these things. I'm skipping a lot of information just because I don't want to give exact details, just for those who know who this person is. I just want to avoid any conflict. So, like I said, we were hanging out every single day, going out to different places, going out to eat, and just talking about life. And this is a guy that played a very vital part in my life, as I was growing up. And let's say he disappeared, like stopped talking to me, and people would ask me like, "Hey, where is such and such?" And I would be like, "Oh, I don't know. I think because I knew he had gotten a new job, so I was like, oh, he's probably busy with work, and he'll come back soon, and hang out with everybody and whatever." And a lot of people would ask me about this guy, and I would tell them that I would assume that it was just because of work, that he wasn't here, and I found out the hard way that he had gone someplace else. Me and my friend, we were hanging out at Grandscape in the Colony, and we were just chilling there, and we found out through social media that this guy is in another place, and it affected both of us because we were both also really close with him, and that feeling that like, I guess, betrayal, that I got at that moment, caused a lot of anger, because I started thinking, like, we were like brothers. You could come to me and talk to me about anything. Like, if you wanted to leave. I'm not gonna tell you not to, but I'd rather have that communication and talk about it, because we were that close.
Mhm.
So we're like, I would tell him a bunch of things about my life. He would tell me a bunch of things about his life, but this specific thing he couldn't, and he just completely just left me out there. So yeah, this affected me and my friend a lot, because we were all pretty tight. And as friends, we were like, or as people were asking me like, "Hey, where's so and so?" And I was like, "Oh, he's." I would have to tell him like, "Oh, he's working," but every time people would bring him up, I would get so angry, but I couldn't show that. I couldn't show that. I was hurt. So one night I was just like, I got really upset. I'm not getting emotional because of the anger. It still hurts. It's like, God, like, I need help. I don't want to feel this towards this person. I don't want to have this anger. And I was reminded of like verse, like, to forgive others. God reminded me of some passages that we'll talk about today. And I was like, we don't talk. We stopped talking. So I was like, I don't want to text him and be like, "Hey man, let's have a conversation." So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it for myself. I'm like, I release you, I forgive you, and I just, pray for the best for you. And the relief from that was so great. Like this weight just kind of fell off my shoulders. So now when people ask me, it's like, oh, where's he at? I'm like, oh, he's out, and I can tell him now. I mean, I don't tell him everything, but I'm just like, oh yeah, he's out. He's with this family and now, and but I don't carry that anger, that resentment towards him. So today I want to talk about forgiveness and the importance. Like I said, I'm not crying because of the anger or the pain. Well, the pain, but just it still sucks. So, yeah. So there's three things I want to take on to this. Forgiving others, forgiving yourself, and forgiving those who don't ask for forgiveness. So before we get to that topic, let's talk about why it's important to forgive. Like for yourself, for others, for your own mental, spiritual, and at times physical. So yeah, this is where we'll open up. Like, why is it important to forgive? Not only as people, but as Christians.
It's a very good question. I think it reminds me a lot of our conversation at your house about kind of like dreams, like in a way, like you project yourself into the past or into the future, and you never are able really to live in the current moment. I think sometimes when you're unable to forgive a person because they've wronged you, you're unable to forgive yourself for something you did, you end up living perpetually in that moment, in that guilt, and you can't move on to the next thing. You're constantly stuck. And I mean, it's not healthy. It doesn't glorify God. Because I mean, if you're constantly thinking about, the wrong things in the past, you can never focus on the hope we have in the future for what He's going to do, for what He will do. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
I think like what I'm picturing is like when forgiveness is brought up, I picture like a war, and like everything's like destroyed, demolished, and forgiveness is like it's the decision to finally want to rebuild, if that makes sense. Like if you don't forgive, you just leave it in desolation, and it's like there's no idea, there's no hope, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing next to live for, and I think
you just
when you forgive,
you leave it in like levels and like it's still burning up, and every time you see it, it's just still destroyed. I get that.
Yeah. I think whenever I think of that kind of stuff, it's just more of like, it's like something that I think takes more time than people like to believe. Like people think, oh, I forgive you, I'm fine now. It's like, what's your example? Like it takes a long time to build the city back up. Like if it's in ruin, it's not going to happen. You're not going to rebuild the city right away. It's going to take time. And like, not let that be like, oh, like sometimes, if you get frustrated, you're like, oh, this isn't working. You just scramble everything. That can happen whenever you're trying to forgive somebody and like actively trying to forgive them and trying to heal from that. Yeah, I love how he doesn't know that happened because his eyes are closed. But yeah, and so like sometimes like whenever you see like sometimes you don't feel like it's like working, you tend to just like revert back. So it's like it takes strength and like understanding that it's not always gonna be like you're not always gonna feel your best, even if you have forgiven them. It's like a work in process.
And there's also this idea of like, because I think a lot of people can confuse forgiveness with just ignoring, like they ignored the problem so it doesn't exist anymore, or rather forgiveness is more like that, the reconciling, I think.
Yeah. And I feel like forgiveness a lot is like just like recognizing, like what helps people forgive is recognizing that like you need forgiveness too. And like that just helps you forgive other people, understanding like, oh, I'm not like we're the same, like I'm not any more perfect than you are, so I can forgive you.
So like I have it here, like I know in my case, me and this person are no longer friends, but the fact that I could forgive him and just kind of release that and just be like, you had your reasons why you didn't say it. You had your reasons why you left. You had, who am I to like hold that against you at the same time? Like, you have your own life. I have my own life. But let's say you and a friend have a conflict, and it, you know, it could also lead to a healthier relationship with that friend. Now, obviously, there are some times where it's like, I forgive you, and then we're done. We can't hang out, or we can't be a part of each other's lives. But I know there's a lot of instances as well where you're still friends, and just learning how to forgive each other, even when you make a mistake. When you, let's say you cross the line on something, like, forgive me. Like, it shows your character, and it makes that relationship even stronger in the long run. But let's get into forgiving others. I have two Bible verses, Colossians 3:13 and Ephesians 4:32. Colossians 3:13 says, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other as the Lord has forgiven you, so you must also forgive. And then Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you. Like, I know earlier we were talking about how, like, when you say sorry, but you're just kind of like ignoring the issue. What if you try to forgive somebody, but they're like,
They don't want to receive it.
they don't want to receive it.
Well, I think forgiveness is shown more in actions than in words. And the way I like to see it is forgiveness is proven if you can love the person. So, like, if you can't love the person, then you never really truly forgive them.
Well, that's still an emotional thing, no?
What do you mean?
Like you said, it's more through actions and emotions, but you should, like, if they're able to love them.
Through actions.
Oh.
Like, can you
show their love, you
like,
mean?
let's say if, like, someone did you wrong and then they asked you for a favor, like, would you still be able to carry out that favor?
Would you still be able to? Like,
Or would you be hesitant in your mind? You're like, no.
Today we were in Life Kids. We were talking about the like serving others shows like like your love, like Jesus, like shows Jesus' love. So it's like, are you willing to do that to somebody who did you wrong?
Yeah.
Like, does that show? Did you prove your forgiveness and able to show your love for them and the love that you have for them through Jesus by serving them?
Yeah. And I think that's where one of my favorite parts in the Bible, where God's talking about, like, loving your enemies, because that's where true love, I feel like, is embodied.
That proves that you can really love someone.
Because it's easy to love someone who loves you, but to love someone you hate is like where it can get hard.
Well, maybe it's not the right way to say it. Maybe it's love the person you have every reason to hate.
Yeah.
Like, they've done certain things, they've said certain things, but you still choose to love them.
Or sometimes they just didn't really do anything, but y'all just like clash, because that happens as well. Like, they'll never do anything to you, but like they'll just breathe, and you'll be like,
no, man, I remember him.
You remember the specific person?
Yes, I remember. It's funny because I hated him a lot. Well, I really disliked him in high school, and then I met up with him at university once again, and now he's really changed, and he's definitely a lot. He's matured a lot, and I think he's a cool cat. He's a cool cat now. Maybe not cool. Cool's not the right word. Maybe like
he's a cat.
He's a cat.
He's a cat. He's I can deal with it.
It's funny.
So, like, what are some of the challenges when you're trying to forgive others?
Oh, I think it's what Brian was saying, like, because I like to think of it as that you either have a life mindset or a death mindset. A death mindset focuses on all the wrongs in the past, and a life focuses on who they can become. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like who they are in Christ, you mean?
Yeah, like who God says they are versus who, like, we see them right now.
Yeah, and I think that's where it can get hard. Is like, we always want to define people on their past and not by who they can be.
Yeah, and who they're actively like becoming. Also.
Yeah, I think another thing is, like, there are some occasions for some people where the hurt is so deep that it is so difficult to forgive. And I think at that time, in those times, it just takes, honestly, just the realizing what God did for us through His Son, to be like, He went through all this hurt and still forgave us. It's like, why can't I forgive this person, even if I was hurt that badly? because at the end of the day, like you guys were saying, it's like when somebody brings up that person, you're gonna go back to that past, and then you're gonna relive that, and it's gonna make you hurt even more, or feel some sort of way. And I think it's like once you forgive, it's like you said, you're reconstructing something above that. Obviously not forgetting it, but realizing like it's gonna get better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like forgiving others. I'm guilty for this one, or
It's something you struggle with.
yeah, I struggle with this one a lot. And I think a lot of us do as well. And it's forgiving yourself.
Yeah, this is this is the one that it always gets me. It always gets me good. This one. It's because I know myself, and I know my. Well, luckily, I know something about myself. That's more than some people, you know. Some people don't know anything, but I know something about myself, and it's like I struggle so much with perfectionism and legalism, and so whenever there's like a minute mistake, or if it's much worse, then it's like a little reverberate in my mind for like nonstop, non-ending. It's like, Brian, you're a failure. Brian, you suck. Brian, you're a failure. Oh, you're terrible. You're terrible. It's just man, like it's something I don't know why. I don't know why. Because when I think about both of my parents, none of them are like that. No people that I know in my immediate family, like people who I would have grown up and maybe learned their mannerisms, learned their way of thinking, are in any way that way. But I'm that way. I'm like I can't stand failing like one bit. It's something that and it's weird though, because like for me it's super easy to forgive other people. I'm like, you know, they need forgiveness just like I do. But man, when it comes to myself, I don't know why I hold myself to that high of a standard. Well, maybe it's good in that sense, right, to hold yourself to a standard. But having grace with yourself, it's man, it's one of those things that almost feels impossible sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you know yourself so intimately, right? Like you're the one in your head thinking. So it's like sometimes I'll think a thought. I'm like, why did you think that, Brian? You're terrible, and no one knows that I thought that thought at all, but I do. So it's like I have more material to dislike myself with than anyone else does.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wonder if people would say the opposite. Like they think they can forgive themselves is easier than to forgive
Because
others.
they know their intentions that they're
Right.
that's not what they meant.
But I like how you put it. It's like you should know yourself the best out of everyone who can know you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's like I'm really good at having compassion for others. Like I'm super compassionate towards others. But when it comes to me, my self-compassion, where I try to be compassionate to myself and be like, I know you made that mistake. It's okay. You know, forgive yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can tell somebody else, it's like, oh, you know, it's okay, man. You made a mistake. Move forward. You know, we forgive you. I forgive you. Or you try to forgive yourself or whatever. But when it comes to me being compassionate towards myself, it's like, dude, you did wrong, and you know you did wrong. Why? And then I beat myself over that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm useless. Like I'm worthless. And then I'm like, but then I got to remind myself, Psalms 103, 12, where it says, as far as the east is from the west, so far does he remove our transgressions from us. Like all the mistakes, all the sins, he's removed all of it. You know, as far as east is west, that's infinity. Like that's infinite. And I try to remind myself that whenever you know, I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes, and I'm just like, I did it. Like, all right, God, forgive me. Like I want to do better. I want to be better. But my humanly side is like, you're trash. Like you knew better, and you still did it.
Yeah, I think I get all of what you're saying. I feel like that's like something that I get, but there's like one specific thing that I tend to do. It's like almost to forgive someone, I have to put the blame on myself. I'm like, oh, they did this to me. Like if someone did something wrong to me, I'm like, oh, well, I must have done something, so now it's my fault. That's what I tend to do in my mind. Like I'm like, well, what did I do to make them do that to me? It's my fault. I did something wrong. I do that with everything.
It's like it's almost like a hurt people. Like
Yeah,
if someone
I'm
hurts
like,
you,
I'm
you
like,
think
they
that
hurt
you
me, so I
them.
must have done something. Like I had to have did something, or like, what did I like? And it's like, oh, it's no longer their problem. It's my fault. It's never like it's like almost like they didn't. I can forgive them so easily because I make it my problem. I make it so that it was my fault in my mind, so that it makes it easy for me to forgive them. In a sense,
I do that, and I don't like it.
yeah, I don't like it.
Like there's still times now where people like get angry or upset or they tell me like, oh, you hurt me, and I'm like, okay, and then I think about it, I'm like, what did I do? Like, did I say something wrong? Did I?
Mm.
And then it's all me, and then I'm like, and then I carry that weight, and then I'm trying to like I'll literally have like days where I'm trying to think of like what did I do to her, like,
yes.
and then I'm just like, God, like
I can't think of anything that I
of
did,
anything,
but I must have done
but
something.
I must have done something wrong to hurt them.
I
And
think it's called like the Barnum effect or something like that.
No, and it's so
When
like, and
someone
it's
tells you
even
this,
worse because like my
imagine it.
mind, like I know, like if I know for a fact, like I don't tell other people about it because I know for a fact if I do tell them, then they'll be like, no, the other person just did something wrong, but I don't want to accept it. So that's how far mine gets. Like for me, it gets like I don't tell other people something that somebody did to me because I'm like, oh, then they're just gonna try to say that they did something wrong and it's okay. But when I'm like trying to convince myself that I did something wrong.
Hmm.
You know, it's like really bad.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It is very bad. But at least I recognize that. But it's been something that I've struggled with for like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so interesting because I think the sources of our, like me and Artie's way of like not forgiving ourselves is very different from yours. I'd say ours is more like based around it's something I've thought about a lot. I think it's really based around pride. Like yeah, like I expect myself to be at a certain level, but that's pride. It's like I shouldn't expect anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the truth is, the only reason I'm any sort of good at all is because of Christ, because of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what the source of yours is.
I don't know.
I'm trying to understand. Maybe it's like this.
Well,
Maybe in our way, it's like taking part in ourselves, right? But maybe what you're doing, and maybe this is just me shooting in the dark, right? It's like because my eyes are closed. Yeah, because my eyes are closed. But it could be that it's like instead of like this pride in ourselves, right? Like me and Artie, maybe yours is like you put these people on a pedestal, and you're like, no, they I must have done something.
I think it's just, and maybe it's like that, but like, or more of that. I think of myself like almost like how y'all say, like whenever you mess up, like you think of yourself as a terrible person right away. That's just how my brain is automatically, like in any situation. I just automatically think, oh, I'm the one in the wrong. But I think it's also because sometimes when things happen like that to me, where somebody does something wrong to me, they tell me that it was my fault. And they kind of like gaslight me constantly over and over and over. Like, no, you did it. And I'm like, bro, this is not how it was. And I'm like, and they do it so much. I think it's happened to me so much that I just convince myself that that's how it is with every situation.
I'm sorry if I ever gaslit you.
like when she did say something.
Like,
what was that one video?
Sincerely,
I think I'm just so used to it. My brain just.
But she didn't let herself get gaslight that time. She was just getting angry. She was like, no.
Yeah.
It's because I knew it was on camera, so I knew I could defend it. But yeah, no, I think I've just been so told that like it's like my fault by so many people that that's just the way I think about it now. With every situation, I go into like with that mindset, which is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm trying not to go into it. I'm just saying that's something that I tend to fall into.
Yeah.
I think growing up, that was a lot for me too, where I was doing something like that, where people would put the blame on me for things that happened, and I was just like, "What'd I do?" And then it made me overthink things, and I would carry that for days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I still got to work on, because then I got to realize it's not always you that's the problem. It's people too.
We live in a muddy world, so we're bound to get more mud.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
I got that. That was good.
I said that again.
I didn't, but it's okay.
Say it
Say
one more-
it again.
say it one more time for the people in the back.
We live in a muddy world, so it's
Oh,
like
muddy world. I
yeah.
thought you said mighty. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's what I heard too.
muddy.
I'll put subtitles.
Maybe I should open
just in
my eyes.
case.
Maybe so I can read in Sebastian's lips.
yeah, open your eyes. There's no reason for you to have it closed.
I wonder what
locked in.
I wonder what color it'll be, because it's like, when like, you know what I mean?
Your eyes?
What color? What will be?
Like when you're like closing, it's like in the light, and then you look, and then everything's blue. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, Sebastian was talking about the dream dimension.
It's almost like when you wear sunglasses too long, and then it's like
I'm
a
open
different
up.
change.
Maybe it'll
Tell
like,
us what color it is. Wait, I guess it's gonna be like pink.
Wait, what color? What's gonna be?
no.
Whoa,
It-
Or is like the not the font, the
filter?
yeah, the
the,
filter.
the font is green.
Green.
Font is green.
He thought this was green, by the way, guys.
What color is that, Sebas?
It's like I feel like you can make a case that there's a hint of green,
It's a
but
lighting.
it's gray.
It's gray. Thanks. Cream gray.
Dang, everything
Yeah.
feels so
Wait, is it true that women
like I've just been
have a
born.
better color perspective?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I remember one time Natalia was wearing like a navy blue, like that, but a little bit darker, so it was almost like a night blue. And we asked Pablo what color it was. He's like black. And then
Is
I
it-
was
okay.
wearing like a cream shirt, and
Look.
we were like, "What color is that?" He's like, "White."
Okay, that's Pablo.
No,
I would at least differentiate white and cream.
Wait, should we say his name?
But they're
Are my shoes
Yeah.
white?
sure you did.
Are white?
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Are my shoes white or
Pablo's not
cream?
that dramatic.
they're dirty.
Drummond.
But like, does that make them white or cream?
This is white. This is cream.
yeah, because
this
these
is
are white, right?
Yeah, that's
That's
white,
white, and that's cream.
cream.
It's like straight
Okay, bad.
brown
Yeah.
part.
That's what I thought.
Like, here's the thing: it's not that they can they have
Oh, my shoes
they
untied.
can see more colors. Is that they know more color names for those things.
Oh, is that why?
We just generalize it. If we see blue, that's blue, and that's black.
Dang.
So y'all, we're just detail
But
oriented.
they
Y'all just
say
don't
just
care.
simple. We're
But they say
simplified.
this
No,
is-
y'all just don't care. No.
This is cream. This is light brown, and this is probably coffee stain. You know what I mean?
No, that's like a terracotta.
What's that,
Exactly.
people?
Exactly. Like
Terracotta.
they have
Shoot.
they have
Were
specific
they the ones
names.
who opened the door before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
they have specific names for their
Yeah.
things. Us guys, we'd be like, "That's blue,
Bro, I
that's
call
teal,
maroon red.
that's
and people will
red,
correct
and
me.
that's
What? did you
purple."
say?
I'll call maroon red, and
It's
people will
well,
correct
see,
me.
but you know it's maroon.
Yeah, but it's red.
Or is it
Like,
burgundy?
Raw burgundy.
Because burgundy's practically maroon.
No,
right?
burgundy is more purple.
It's on the more purple
Okay.
side.
It's on the purple side, not the red side.
Maroon is
There's sides to
little
this. I
bit
didn't know
more
it was
on
a
the red.
shape, bro.
Color
Do you not
studies.
a color wheel, bro? Do you know how
That's
that
a
works?
wheel.
Exactly.
That's a
it
circle.
blends.
There's no
They blend.
sides, bro.
They blend.
It's a circle.
There's a section of different colors.
Isn't
Right.
that crazy? Isn't it technically
So-
infinite colors if there's like a spectrum of blending? Because
Yes.
you can zoom in
I
on where
guess
it
so.
made a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Add more
at
white,
some
more
certain
black.
point, you're gonna end up at a singular pixel.
Right. But then what if you can zoom in on the pixel?
Zoom in on the pixel.
So yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't think
Actually,
they can.
there's more
I don't
colors.
think they can
We just can't
recognize.
see 'em.
I don't think they can recognize more
Oh.
colors. I think they just know
Like
more names for
ultraviolet
colors.
and then ultra.
Isn't that just like such a cool thing to realize?
What, ultraviolet?
Like God could make a new color. Like we can't even think of it.
Bro, you know,
Cats
you
can
know,
see in
no, you know who I
ultraviolet,
think can really truly
Yeah?
see in the
Yeah.
colors of what the Lord has created? The mantis shrimp. It can see in like
All the
so many
colors?
different colors.
all the colors.
Are the way we see infrared-
for us to see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why did he have to give it to the freaking mantis
Because
shrimp?
he thinks ours are cooler. That's why.
No,
Ours are the core.
bro, I would love to see like a mantis shrimp.
Imagine,
mean,
bro, we somehow
mantis.
gain it and we realize
It
all our
wasn't
houses
in
look
his
like
plan for
double
you to see
ugly.
that,
All our
right?
structures, our fits are actually super ugly.
Oh, have you seen that one video of like the colorblind guy? They give him glasses and like he can
he's
see.
like,
And he's like, "Oh, what are these drapes? Oh, is that really the color of your dress? Oh." Funny, bro.
All right.
Ultraviolet.
So I think we hit it pretty good with
We
the
hit the pan?
forgiving yourself.
Dang, this is 100% polyester.
But this next one.
That's funny.
This next one was really good. Forgiving those who don't ask for forgiveness.
Mm.
Dang.
You don't have to know there's a problem for there to be a problem, right?
What?
Is that how? Is that
What
what-
did you just
Yes,
say?
that's true.
You don't have to know there's a problem for there to be a problem.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room is still in the room, even if you don't. If the elephant doesn't know what's in there.
You mean if we don't know the elephant's in there?
No,
Forgiving people
because
who
we
don't
know that
even-
there's a problem, but
Wait.
the other person's not asking for forgiveness.
Okay, let me lay down a little bit.
The elephant's not
Do they
asking.
know they
No,
need forgiveness, or do they? There's a problem. They just don't want it, right?
They
just
don't-
want it to be
they're not-
reconciled.
They're not asking
for
they're not coming
forgiveness.
to you
Okay,
like,
okay.
hey, like
forgive me. I'm
forgive
sorry
me.
I did this.
Mm.
It's just
Yeah.
like they're living their life.
nonchalant,
Mm.
you know. But
Okay.
you're the one that is.
Can I have like
forgiving
a
them.
slight digression? It'll take like 2 sentences.
Okay.
Have you guys found it funny? Like sometimes, like we'll just say "forgive me," like "forgive me," instead of saying like "I'm sorry," like "have mercy on me" or something like
Yeah.
that.
What does sorry mean? I was talking about this. Someone's like, what does it mean?
Like
Well, sometimes people say
you're-
I'm sorry, forgive me.
It's like the feeling
Is it
before
like, I'm sorry, it's-
repentance.
Sorry, like being sorry is it supposed to be a feeling?
I think so.
I
I
see.
feel sorry.
If people go, I feel bad, I'm sorry, forgive me. People do that.
Sometimes, yeah.
Hmm.
Like,
I
we
feel
just go straight to
bad.
the forgive
I'm
me
sorry.
sometimes. I notice that I
Forgive
do
me.
that sometimes with God. Like, just forgive me, bro. When I should, maybe I should hit with the have mercy on me, man. I did something.
Well,
Like
do you know the
I
one
like
song?
that.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
Nothing
Oh,
else,
I
man.
feel
Feel
bad.
bad,
I'm
sorry,
sorry. Forgive me.
Forgive me.
It's like
like
it's
there's three
like my
stages.
feeling. And then it's like asking, and it's like the action that they have to do.
Yeah.
Like forgive me,
Yeah.
So let's say like you do, you forgive them.
bro.
How do you
Wait,
set
how?
how do you set boundaries to protect yourself from further hurt from that specific
Damn,
person?
that's a
Well,
deep
it
question.
When
depends
they're
on the type of person. It
when
depends
they're
on the
not
situation.
when they're not asking for forgiveness.
It depends on the situation.
Hmm.
Genuinely, like
how do
if
you
it
know when
was
to let someone
really
go?
bad,
Leave
Yeah,
them
like,
you just
alone?
have to
Yeah.
let them go. If it was really bad, you just have to be like, oh, we can't. I can't.
Yeah, I forgive you, and
Like cut contact. Everything, bro.
I think with most mature Christians, that's not possible.
What do you mean?
What? Like cutting contact?
Yeah.
I
But
don't
Paul did
believe
it, though.
that.
What do you mean?
Paul and
There's
Barnabas.
there's reasons.
But they could have reconciled at one point.
Maybe,
Mm,
but they
maybe.
did split up, bro.
I don't know because there's somebody that I have cut off from my life, and I don't know if we're ever gonna talk again.
I'm trying to
It's
think.
fine.
I've cut off a lot of people.
I've only
But
cut
that
off
was
one
at
person.
an
I still
immature
regret it.
moment. That would have been at an immature
cut off
moment.
one
no?
Yeah,
person,
but
I still
now
regret
even
it.
in this moment, I don't think I would ever reach out.
Oh well, there would be no reason unless there is a obvious like reconnection of like, oh, we're in the same boat now. But is that pride?
No, I think it's not pride. It's like knowing that like I don't know how to describe it.
Because like if you can't
Hmm.
forgive,
Like
To me,
I'm
you're saying you're
forgiving,
hanging
I've
on to the
forgiven
past.
the person. Like I've forgiven the person, but I've cut them off.
They,
Like
they
we're
like,
never
they like
gonna
give
speak
them up.
again.
They leave them up
what
to
does
whatever they wanna
forgiveness mean
do.
if you cut them off?
It's like you're not holding anything against
Yeah,
it anymore.
Like all that resentment, all those feelings
But
that
it's
you're
also
holding,
having
it's
boundaries.
like you're just letting it go.
Okay.
I mean, like I'm no longer gonna let that affect me. And
Well, think about it like in the Romans way, like at the start of Romans, when God's like, and he just gave him up.
Okay.
Yeah, or
Like,
like also
eventually
like,
at some point you're like, okay, you are
But that's what I'm
violating
saying. I
our
feel like a
relationship way too
mature
much. I give
Christian-
you up, man.
well, it's also
should-
like what if someone who's been dealing with like alcohol issues and like they're not going to surround themselves with like and somebody like has been like tempting them with all this drinks
Okay.
stuff like that. Like I forgive you for treating me that way and for trying to like get me to do this stuff, but I'm not going to hang around you anymore. I forgive you, but I'm not going to hang around you because it's
But
not
then-
good for me.
But then the person who would be provoking that wouldn't be considered a mature Christian, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning.
I mean like a mutual mature Christians. I don't
That's
think it's
different.
possible.
Yeah.
It did happen. Paul.
Huh?
Paul and Barnabas.
What do you mean?
They split up
But like why?
because of I think I have his name wrong, but it's
Mark?
Matthias.
It was Mark, no?
That was Mark?
Barnabas wanted to go with Mark and Paul wanted to go
Yeah,
with
because
Silas.
Mark had it was the three of them. I think it was Paul. Those who know, correct in the comments, please.
For real.
I think, if my recollection is correct, Paul, Mark, and Barnabas were all chilling together, missionary doing stuff.
But having a disagreement.
And then Mark left, abandoned them. And then when Mark finally came back, Barnabas was like, "We accept you back, bro." Paul's like, "No, you abandoned us, homie. I'm getting out of here."
So would that
So-
be mature Christian?
I don't know.
let me put it this way.
Maybe not in the moment.
Let me put it this way.
Would it be a mature decision?
Like
Like
we
my-
talked about last time.
Like my personal story, me and my friend, we were both mature Christians, but he went off and did his own thing, and he just kind of abandoned. So it's like, where is that trust where you can like, if you can't trust me to tell me like, oh, I'm leaving, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's like at that point, it's like, do you even want to have this relationship anymore? Because like, we talked about life. We talked about, our friendship, talked about even marriage. We talked about, not between us, but with our spouses. We talked about
Dang,
like
bro.
we talked about
That
our
would've
we
been
talked about our
something different.
kids,
Hands
hanging
on 'em.
out. We had this whole thing, like, because that's how close we were. Like this guy was a brother to me. And the fact that he just kind of disappeared without saying anything, without, like being like, oh bro, like, I'm leaving and I'm gonna go to this place. He did none of that. He actually stopped talking to me. And then when I found out, I was like, this is the way I find out, through social media, through somebody else's account, and you couldn't even tell me that, So at that point, it filled me with anger. It filled me with a lot of resentment. It filled me with so many of these emotions that I didn't want to feel for this person. So I'm like, I think the best thing I can do, when I was praying to God, I was like, what should I do about this? And I was like, just forgive them and release them. Like, let them go. Like, there's,
Yeah.
If
And also,
they-
you
if they
can't
want
have somebody
nothing-
be friends with you.
yeah,
that
if they want nothing to
with you.
do with you,
100%.
then even if they are mature Christians, but if they want nothing to do with you, you just let them go. That's it.
That doesn't mean you wish them ill, you know?
No.
Yeah.
Like in Artie's case, it doesn't mean like you wish them bad.
Right.
Yeah, because like I said, I prayed and I said, I forgive you, I release you, and I pray blessing, and I hope everything goes well for you. I pray for all that stuff, because I'm not gonna be like, I hope you lose your job, your wife does this, and no, I would never want that for him.
Yeah.
I want the best, but I still want to forgive him and let that go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel. Like, even as
Yeah.
Well,
mature
I think
questions.
that's where I meant cut off. Not maybe not in necessarily a boundary way, but like in like you're cursing them. I think that's the way I saw it.
Oh,
He's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, you can cut them off and bless them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But I think in terms of boundaries, I guess that makes sense.
yeah.
Boundaries.
Because when I see someone cut off, it's like, oh no, you're bad. No.
Yeah.
But I guess if it just doesn't make sense to hang around with them, then you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
have a boundary.
Like, I've done it. I've cut off a lot of people, but this one was the one that hurt the most. And I'm not gonna lie, it did take a little bit in me to be like, I forgive you, and I pray blessing upon your life. I pray God opens doors, that if you need provision, that He provides. And I think that's what the mature Christian should do. It is not like, oh, I cut you off, I wish you luck, goodbye.
Yeah. And it's
wait.
also like, sorry.
Go ahead.
Like, mature Christians, like, they're not perfect either. Like, there's still gonna
Right.
be conflict. There's never gonna be like a perfect resolution to everything, because you're not perfect people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but one thing I can say is, like, when you're forgiving others that don't ask for forgiveness, it's like you're choosing peace over bitterness. Like, you're choosing peace in your life over feeling these things that you shouldn't be feeling for this person, especially negative things, because those things can also impact you immensely, like mentally, spiritually, and at times physically. Like, it can have a detrimental effect on you.
And I've also had people, like, where I've forgiven that didn't ask for forgiveness, come back and be like, I'm so sorry, I did that. Like, it'd be like years later. I'd be like, oh,
Thanks.
I already forgave
I
you.
already forgave you. Thank you.
I'm like, everything's already forgiven. Don't worry. I already forgave you. Like, now you go try to forgive yourself.
Yeah. And I have two verses here as well. Matthew 5:44 and Luke 23:34. And Luke 23:34 is probably one of the best ones.
Hits.
Whenever
23:34.
23:34.
Mm.
It's whenever it's especially when they don't ask for forgiveness. But let me read Matthew 5:44. But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you.
Uh-huh.
Classic.
Yeah. So it's like, obviously at this time, my friend wasn't my friend, but I didn't consider him an enemy, because we're like, but I'm
You're not
still
fighting.
praying for
Mhm.
him. I was praying for him.
Yeah.
Even though he hurt you.
Yeah, even though he hurt me. And I think that shows strength in your end, because it's like, you could just cut him off and be like, Lord, do your thing on him. Smite him. I don't know.
Let justice be served.
But Luke 23:34, it is probably the best verse for forgiving those who don't ask for forgiveness. And it says, and Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And then it continues, and they cast lots to divide his garments.
Yeah.
Like, these people were not asking for forgiveness. And Jesus took the ultimate sacrifice, all the pain. He was dying from the moment he was getting whipped at the beginning, and still at the end he said, "Forgive them."
Yeah. And it's interesting how he says too, they don't know what they're doing because they didn't. And that's something that we tend to like forget too, that some people just like they could like want, like a lot of them wanted to hurt him, but they didn't get the big picture. And sometimes they don't get that either.
I think it's very true of like maybe not even rumors, but actually telling but things that shouldn't be said. You know what I mean? Like someone's going through something, and like you'll just mention it in a conversation to one person, and it's like, and then that person tells the original person that you talked about them, and then they're hurt. But it's not that you said anything like that was a lie, or that you said anything harmful, but it was just something very personal.
Right.
You didn't realize. I've done that a couple of times, more than a couple actually.
Yeah, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
No, we all make mistakes. But yeah, I think when I was reading that verse, I was like, dang, that's like the ultimate one. It's like they didn't ask for forgiveness. They didn't want forgiveness. As a matter
They didn't even know that they needed it.
Yeah, they didn't even know they needed it. But Jesus was still like, Father, forgive them.
Define forgiveness real quick.
We haven't
defined it. We can.
We're not trying to, I think.
I don't think
Because in my mind, forgiveness is more in action than just saying like I forgive you.
Action. Well, it's like a step almost that you have to take. And like something they have to work towards. Like you can forgive them and then you work towards healing. Like you heal from that. But you forgive them in that moment.
Well, God forgives us, but what does He forgive us of? Wrongs we have done to Him. I think I don't know.
Give me an example of when you say
because my mind wants to go to wordplay, but
okay,
or like the etymology of
forgive.
Like yeah.
Give
for?
No, beforehand. Because you give beforehand. So forgive, or no?
What?
No, you lost me. You lost me a bit.
Like foreground.
No. For there to be a forgiving. Okay, so for there to be forgiving, what does it need to happen? Someone needs to have some wrong done to them.
Right.
Have to be.
So you have to suffer a wrong. Then what else do you do?
Let's do debt, offense.
It's like. It's almost like it no longer like holds a weight on you, or like almost like it's like forgive. It's like just basically like almost like forgotten in a sense. It's like
it does come from for and give, but like there's just like deeper what for and give mean.
Oh dang, we've milked it a lot. I just realized that.
I think
this is too big a question, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever grasp the idea of forgiveness in a way, but I think that forgiveness is like mirroring God's love and mercy for us. You know?
Yeah, God forgives.
So like if He is in us, then we should reflect that as well and be capable as Christians to be able to, mirror that love and mercy towards others. Mm-hmm. Which is in a way, in an instance, like forgiving. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
It's like, okay,
this is too
the
big
way
a question,
I'm thinking about it is like, it's like we had a debt to pay, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like the story about like the guys who are the guy who's forgiven much and forgiven like many, and he's like, which one was like forgiven most? Which one would be more grateful? It's like the one that had the most money to like the most debt, and like it's like almost that kind of sense like we're like. It's like we have a debt to pay, and it's like forgetting them completely of it, like forgetting of the debt and being like, "Oh no, it's all done, it's all paid for."
It's hard to say. I don't know. This is too big a question. I think
we might have to come back to that one.
It could be another episode. What does forgive mean?
I don't know if you'll ever really.
But I don't think we'll ever.
We can come close. I think we can come close
because we can definitely get to it general, but I don't think we'll be able to pinpoint it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think this is a debated verse, but it talks about. If you forgive the sins of any, they are forgiven them. If you withhold forgiveness from any, it is withheld.
One more time.
If you forgive the sins of any, they are forgiven. If you withhold forgiveness from any, it is withheld. Let me check another version just because this sounds better.
But could it be like if you don't forgive them, you can't be forgiven in a way. That's what I hear.
Yeah, like the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah. Right. But it says if you don't forgive anyone's sins, they are forgiven.
If you
Wait,
don't,
Wait.
I thought you said
that's
if
not
you
what
do.
What?
said. What?
If you forgive anyone's sins, they are forgiven.
Yeah, that's not what you said.
Anyone's sins? Is
I'm
it a-
confused, bro.
Wait, say it again.
Wait, hold on.
Because I just read the entire thing. Don't
If you
read
Well,
forgive
he's reading a
anyone's
different
sins,
version.
they are forgiven. If you do not forgive them, they are not forgiven.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's
Wait.
the other version.
Hold up.
Confused, bro. That one sounds like it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's what I think that's what that one
It's
says.
more like if you forgive them, they're forgiven. But if you don't forgive them, then
Yeah, it's
They're not
forgiven.
It is what it is.
Oh, the same one.
I'm just like,
just
what is
waiting.
he saying?
What? Wait,
Sebastian, I think
maybe that's not the verse I was
think
thinking.
we were going
Ow.
down a rabbit hole. It's a bit
Are
too
you
tough.
thinking of the one of like?
It's a bit too tough, I think, for right now, bro.
Mark.
I think it's a bit too tough right now.
Okay.
The question's too big.
Mm-hmm.
The question's too big.
We might have to talk to Elliot about this one.
What is
That's my
Allie, where are
dad.
you at?
Be like,
We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll have a pastoral meeting.
I'll be like, Dad.
What is the meaning of forgiveness? What is forgiveness?
Yeah.
I feel like we always have these questions. We never get to them. Like
You're
we never,
giving
I never
what the
got
debt
to-
is.
Even with the
'Cause
debt.
that's what it has to do, right? It has to do with the debt.
But it's like paid for. So,
Exactly. So
Like,
when
you don't
when
have
you
to pay for it.
forgive,
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. That's
Wait,
what I
what?
said.
That's what she said. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you have a debt, but you don't have to pay for
You
it.
don't have to pay for it. It's like, oh,
then
it's
when you
your
forgive
debt is already
others-
paid for. It's like,
Yeah.
What does that mean?
And because
So they owe you something.
yeah,
because
they
you
owe
were
you because
wrong.
they did you wrong.
Yeah.
So
But
they
now
owe
you're like,
you.
no, you don't know me anything anymore.
Well, it's because
you were
all the
forgiven.
money that we got was what he had. So like when
only
we forgive
the
someone,
reason we
it's-
can forgive is because we were forgiven.
Right. So we don't really forgive anyone. We just forgive
Huh?
people through the Holy Spirit. Right?
Like we forgive people because we were forgiven too. Like we have like that's why we do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why. No, I think that's why we can. What do you mean?
Well, this is the whole thing, like with the Pharisees when they're talking about like only God can forgive sins, and then that verse is talking about how we can forgive sins, and then like now through the Holy Spirit.
Sins done to you.
Hmm?
Sins committed against you. God can forgive all sins because all sins are committed against Him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can forgive sins against you.
Right.
Like I can't forgive Adolf Hitler because there's no connection there.
Wait, why can't you forgive him?
Because there's no connection. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like the Jews, they can forgive him.
like he
then-
he doesn't have a relationship to
what he did.
what happened.
Yeah, I don't have a relationship.
Okay.
Except for that 2%.
Oh yeah, 2% Ashkenazi Jew. Yeah, got the blood of giant slayers in my veins, bro.
But yeah,
I wonder how that happened. You know what I mean?
What?
Like
His
sometimes when you
ancestry.
think about it, it's like the genealogy stuff. It's like, how did this one person get all the way over here? You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like, how did that?
What do you mean?
it's called reproduction, brother.
Yeah, reproduction. Yeah, but it's so much a distance. You know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes we think, oh, like Europe, just a hop, skip, and
And a
a
boat
jump
away.
and a boat
Hop,
away.
hop, skip, and a boat away.
But it's like the world's pretty big.
yeah.
They just go the other way.
So
Nope.
It's okay.
any final?
What
not final-
what was the last question?
I'm not saying any final statements. Any
Oh, how do you forgive someone who doesn't want it?
Yeah, like anything final on this part of how to forgiving those who don't ask for forgiveness. Any final thoughts before we wrap the dealio up?
It's like you said. It's like just letting them go, leaving them be, wishing them the best, praying for the best. 'Cause they don't want to get forgiven.
Oh, right. So forgiveness.
But why don't they want to be forgiven? Because they don't think they've done anything wrong, right?
Yeah, maybe they believe that they didn't do anything wrong,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe
So what does forgiveness look like on our side when they can't receive it? When they don't want to receive it? What does that look like to us?
that's just you and the Lord.
I think so, probably.
Yeah.
That's just you and the Lord.
That reminds me. In CR, there's like certain things that they sometimes do. Like if someone you've known, but they've hurt you a lot, and they're dead. A lot of the times, what they'll do is that they'll write them a letter. I mean, the dead don't hear this letter. The dead don't get the letter, but it's like just to
Get it off your chest.
Yeah, get it off your chest and reflect about the wrong that they've done and forgive them, and then burning the letter. So like let that go.
Yeah, just let it go.
Because I mean, you can't just call them up and tell them like, call them up straight up. Afterlife, what's up, bro? What's up?
Catholics.
Yeah, they believe that. But
Well, I guess it's saints, not necessarily.
yeah, the
Yeah.
communion of the saints. Yeah. Sorry, Catholics, we're not Catholic.
But we're not bashing on them either. There's some really good Catholics out there, but there's
Yeah,
some other ones that are
yeah.
a little weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Stop.
I think this is a good wrapping up point.
You think so?
I think so.
I think so too, because I'm kind of hungry.
So yeah,
Yeah, they know, right? Like we fast for this, bro. We should have fast for this podcast.
fast the whole
bro.
entire day for this.
Like we just eat
podcast.
breakfast and this is like 4
I
o'clock.
don't eat
Y'all eat breakfast?
I don't eat breakfast.
I had breakfast.
I don't
Just
eat
ignore
breakfast
what we
some
ate
days.
yesterday. We fasted today.
What did I eat? I ate eggs with tortillas
Yeah.
and protein shake because I worked out in the morning. Get your exercise, get your vitamins in. That's my
He
final
doesn't
word.
eat multivitamins.
So yeah, just to preface.
Well, I like to eat from the source.
So just to kind of
But you don't
reiterate
eat
what we
everything
talked
from
about
the
today.
source. You don't eat all the things that
No,
your
it's just
body
a
needs.
it's just a balance of the diet. Like maybe one day you miss some things, and that's what it gets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't get everything in one day,
Right.
and you're supposed to get everything every day.
But we all fall short.
That's a way
Have you
to
seen
help.
those memes where it's like
Okay.
when you take 2 multivitamins and it's like Satan runs
You
away
guys do
from
it
you
tomorrow?
or something?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's like you forget one day, you just eat 2, just like for extra. Like,
Okay.
oh, I forgot. Let me get 2 today.
Mhm.
So
Final
let
statements?
me before we get to the final statement, let me just kind of reiterate what we talked about today. We talked about the importance of forgiveness, how it is a way for you to let go of any anger, resentment that could potentially affect your well-being, your spiritual, mentally, physically self. It can lead to healthier relationships if your relationship is still going with that person. And then the 3 types of forgiveness: forgiving others, forgiving yourself, and then forgiving those who don't ask for forgiveness. And yeah, today was the first time I talked about that story. So if I got
Thank
a
you
little
for being
emotional,
brave like that, brother.
Mhm.
I want people to, to see us, because I don't want to be like those Instagram people, like you see the perfect side of everything. Like, no, we're
Yeah.
Christians.
Right.
We live lives, and we've gone through difficult moments. And I feel like if we are vulnerable, it's
It opens up the room for
Yeah.
more vulnerability.
yeah. So
If y'all relate to anything, feel free to comment down below.
Or
But
maybe
yeah.
just send something in the email. Send something in
Or
the
maybe
email.
you're realizing that you need to forgive somebody, or that you need to forgive yourself.
there is no better time than
Yeah,
right now.
Right now.
If you can't do it,
Wait. So what is
Or you need
what
maybe
does
you need to
receiving
ask for.
forgiveness look like?
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about, but we were like ending. But I was
no, let's talk about it.
No.
Let's
I'm
talk
hungry,
about
bro.
it.
I'm hungry, bro.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. She
Well,
brought
that's
it
what I was
up.
gonna say, because that goes along with like not forgiving yourself. Like, what if
Mm-hmm.
somebody it's like says I forgive you and you don't like receive it?
How do you know if you actually got it?
How do you know that you like sometimes you don't receive that?
You
forgiveness?
accept you did it wrong. Boom, done. Received.
So I
But then you can do that by yourself without them having you. Right?
Yeah, but that's forgiving yourself before they even forgive you.
Mm.
But let's say somebody comes up to you and say like, "Hey, man, please forgive me for what I did."
Because I think the reason I brought that up is because I'm thinking of like the one sin that God doesn't forgive. Like that's someone running away from it, right? They're running away from forgiveness, basically. And so someone,
Can somebody be forgiven if they don't know that they need it?
right.
Like they need forgiveness.
They don't want it. So
Yep. How can someone be forgiven if they don't know that they need it?
But yeah, it has to do with debt, right? They don't want their debt to be paid because they
don't
have
know.
the pride that is theirs.
They don't want
or they
their
don't
debt
even
to
know
be
they have
They
it.
don't know that they have a debt that needs to be paid. They don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
But that's
So-
the whole point of
Or
forgiveness.
they don't want to like understand it. They don't want it.
So we're still on the topic of receiving forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like what Brian said.
Admitting
Brian, you want to reiterate what you said?
you've done it wrong, right?
admitting you're doing it wrong, yeah.
But what does that look like?
But here's the thing. Like, let's say,
Because I can say I did it wrong, but I was like,
but
so?
this is where I'm getting to. Let's say somebody comes up to you and be like, "Hey, please forgive me," for whatever. Then it's now up to you to, like, first of all, receive it, but nextly act upon it. Like, you can't also hold that grudge against them, because then you can't be like, "Oh, they didn't forgive me, yada yada yada," and they came and forgive you. You can't, like, feel this tension between them, because it's like, they forgive me. Like, you gotta take that next step and realizing, like, it was forgiven. It is. We move on. Obviously, you can forget about it, because God does it. He forgets,
Throws it into the sea.
and then boom. But most times people don't forget what people did, but don't let that carry on with you.
Like, you don't let it drive your life.
Yeah, don't let it drive your life. So it's like, okay, they forgave you, you accept it, you move on, and then work on trying to become a better person, work on trying to establish a better relationship.
Learn from that experience.
And learn from that and keep moving forward. I think it's all about progressing to keep going, to keep becoming better.
Okay.
What is it? What are the fitness people?
Hey.
Oh.
Progressive overload. Oh, bro, you threw his hat off, bro.
But
Why is it only over 1 year?
Because it's not big enough for his head.
You can squeeze his head.
Oh,
No, yeah.
why you hurting him, bro?
Okay. I think that's a good wrapping point now.
Okay.
So, final statements.
Don't forget to exercise, take your vitamins and your fish oils.
Befriend faithfulness.
What's his name?
No better time to forgive than today.